Oh yes, this is Breaking Texas, man. You're hanging out with DJ NiteKap. Right back at you, man. I got Stephanie K. Hay hanging out in the station with us, giving us some real game, giving us the information that we really need to know. Why? Because she's an entertainment lawyer. This is what she does. She don't make music. She just do business. You know what I'm saying? Y'all make the music.
I wish
she
I could.
do the business.
That's why I decided to help y'all, because I'm like, well, I'm not that creative, so let me just jump in over here.
That's what's up. Hey, what prompted you to start doing those Friday Instagram videos?
Because I get a lot of like one-off random questions, and it just became a thing. Like, well, why don't I answer it for everybody and not just like a individual?
Man, that's a good look. That's a good look for music in general, for artists in general. Like, so many people come in here and don't know. I don't even know all the business, but I can tell when an artist don't know the business. You know what I'm saying? It shows, and man, that's crazy. Okay, let's get back to these real questions. When should and why should an artist get a manager?
You need a manager because, like I was saying earlier, you are the CEO of your company, but you need a vice president. You need a second set of eyes who is going, who's your right-hand man in a sense. And so that's what your manager does. They help you map out your career plan. Where are you going? What are you all trying to accomplish in this year? If you do not have a plan, then, y'all are just aimlessly out here putting out music. As we see so many other artists, like, there has to be a plan to say, okay, from one year to the next, how have we elevated? What have we done to take the platform and do something else? If you are out here doing it all by yourself, you just cannot do that. I mean, and then God put a lot of people out here on this earth to be able to help you. Yeah. So utilizing those people is kind of why you need a manager. I think it is a gut instinct that kind of tells you when you need one. It's not a time and place, but I think you start to realize, okay, I need some help. And when you start realizing, oh, I need some help because it's starting to really pick up, then yes. But maybe it's your, let's use Wayne for example. When he went and found Tez, it was because that was his homeboy. He trusted him, and he realized, like, okay, I need somebody to trust, but I need somebody also to be my eyes and ears, because I can't be everywhere and I can't see and do everything. Yeah.
Well, speaking of that, speaking of Tez, when should an artist know when to hire the homie manager that they trust, or the big name manager that they don't know, who already has the connections and contacts?
I think that is a personal judgment call. Yeah. Because you've seen it done very successfully. This person, you all for a moment are going to live, breathe, eat, sleep. Like, y'all gonna be around each other for a very long time. And so if you realize your homeboy is a hustler and a go-getter and he's gonna get out here and make it happen, then I don't see a problem with it, because he's going to be exposed to your business, your money, everything. And as we know, it's a trust level that comes with that. Right. You know what I mean? So I don't see a problem with hiring the homeboy if he's out here and he's really trying to be about his business. Now, if he's just really trying to cap and, be around to be around, and
move around.
Then move around. Like, you need to move him around, because he's not going to help elevate your career. Yeah. On the flip side, trying to get the manager that got all the connections and all this other stuff, sometimes they're hard to even get. And depending on what level, where they're at, they may not even be interested. So sometimes I kind of feel like if they're out here trying to grind with you and they are showing effort and putting in work and doing it, then why not? Chance did it.
Fact.
And sometimes a lot of these big managers started off with their homeboy and they were just grinding, but they had enough work ethic to do it. I think we're out here hiring the homie who just want to have the title of a manager, but not really do the work of a manager.
Yeah. Is your manager supposed to get you gigs? Is he supposed to book you gigs?
The technical answer to that is no. Your manager is not supposed to book you gigs. An agent is the person that actually books you gigs. Now, that is from a legal perspective. In your New Yorks and your Californias, that is what they do. The agents are the ones actually booking gigs. Okay. Now, putting on, let's say, shows and things of that nature, and especially like here in Houston, your manager is doing some of that, because we don't have those same agency laws that they have in those other places. And so the manager may be the one talking to the promoters, helping put on shows and things of that nature. So I would say yes for here in Houston, but I would still run a very thin line, because as a manager, if that's all you want them to do, some managers are not, that's not what they do. They're trying to help elevate your business and your career, not just keep you gigging. Because if you want to keep gigging, then go hook up with a promoter and keep it moving.
I feel that. That's what's up. That's what's up. So my next question is, the game has really changed recently. People used to sell albums. Now we selling streams and selling views and things like that, right? Why are artists not, let me see how to ask the question. How come so many artists are not taking advantage of streaming, YouTube, Apple Music, and getting the bag that way? Why are so many artists still stuck on, let me sell my album, buy my album for $5, do this 99-cent download?
I am very confused on that. I don't know why we're stuck in the Stone Age. For me, it's here and it is here to stay. So whether you want to learn how to get the bag or not, you need to, because in a minute, nobody's buying the music. I tell my students at HCC all the time, I will be the first to tell you, I'm not a buyer of music. I have my $12 subscription to Apple Music, and I will stream something all day long, and I keep my subscription up to date because of that. But I'm not the one to purchase the music. Now I will go to a show if I'm really messing with you, but outside of that, like, I'm not purchasing music. So I'm not understanding why they're not putting it on those platforms, and then once they put it on those platforms, making sure they understand how to collect the money. Because what I hear oftentimes is, well, it's on there, but I'm not sure where the bag is.
Okay, I had one question in my DM. Actually, one person was excited to hear this interview.
Okay.
And they was like, man, I've been trying to figure out what mechanical royalties is, and I'm confused. What are mechanical royalties?
Mechanical royalties are writers' royalties. If you are a writer, you are entitled to mechanical royalties. Mechanical royalties come from the streaming and from the pressing of your songs on somebody's album. So whether you wrote the song yourself for your own album, or you wrote it and somebody else sang it and put it on their album, when they do that and press it up, or when it is streamed over, let's say, iTunes, you are entitled to a portion of the income that comes from that. But it is a royalty that is tied to those who write music. If you are not a writer of music, you don't get a mechanical royalty.
What kind of royalties do the non-writers get?
The non-writers get monies from, is it Sound Exchange? Yes, monies from Sound Exchange, because they are creating a masters, and that the masters is a copyright in itself. Because if we break it down, there are two copyrights in a song. There's a sound recording copyright, which is the masters, which we hear all the time, and then there's a performing arts copyright, which belongs to the writer.
Okay.
If you are writing songs, you're gonna get mechanical royalties. If you are just the artist, meaning you just provided the vocals to the track, you need to sign up for Sound Exchange, because they're going to collect monies for the ownership in that. But outside of that, this is where the label comes in. You're getting an artist royalties for every time somebody decides that your voice is good enough to purchase it.
Facts.
To purchase the song.
Okay.
But you don't get any money from the radio, because the only people that get paid from the radio are people who wrote the song. That's why publishing and being a writer is so important.
So in essence, what you're saying is, if MC such and such write a song for me, and that song gets played on the radio, only MC such and such that wrote the song is getting paid from the radio play.
Exactly.
Not me, the artist.
And not you, the artist, right. So a lot of our, Aretha wrote her music, amen, bless her heart. Let's say Whitney. In the beginning, Whitney wasn't writing no songs.
Yeah.
Whitney was not getting a coin from when all of those songs were being played on the radio. As Whitney got bigger, they started negotiating to say, no, if I sing your song, you're going to give me a portion of your mechanical royalties, because at the end of the day, your song wouldn't be popping without my voice.
So that's how you do that.
Exactly.
Okay.
You're negotiating that money, because as a writer, I'm like, well, I do want Whitney to sing my song because I know it's going to pop.
Yeah.
So we can negotiate that. But if you did not write the song, you do not get paid from the PROs, ASCAP, BMI. You're not getting paid from places like that. You don't have publishing. You didn't write, you don't have no publishing. There's nothing else.
I get it.
You can negotiate it though, but you don't have it off top.
That's what's up. Yeah, okay, next question. In your opinion, if you were an artist, knowing what you know as an entertainment lawyer, and you as an artist, would you look for a deal, or would you stay independent?
I would do something like what they're doing over at Empire. I am not necessarily looking for a deal, but I do want some help.
Yeah.
I think they have given labels a bad rep. Not saying that they ain't do some shady stuff.
Yeah.
But I think it is about knowing that you need to enter into a business relationship. You need money to go out here and market and promote and do PR and do all of that type of stuff. If you don't have those funds, then where are you getting them from? The benefit of the label is if the album flop, you don't have to pay them back the $25,000 they just invested in you. If you go to the Bank of America, though, they don't care if you flush it down the toilet.
Yeah.
They want their 25 grand back. They want their money back. So when you looking at like No Limit, Back in the Gap, they were funded by what?
By street money.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That's why they could be so successful, because they had a coin.
Yeah.
So don't deny the label, because the label has the money that you need to make this pop off. You know, it's not just going to happen without some type of financial backing. Chance the Rapper, he had financial backing. Don't get it twisted.
Man, hold on, man. I'm trying to get my samples right. There we go, man. Because that was some game right there, man. That was some game right there, man. That's what's up. That's what's up.